What's going on, guys? It's Justin Cumnash from Feldman Fitness. So I want to just give you a backstory to the clip I'm about to cut to. Basically, I'm talking to my best friend Alec. I wanted to show him my Alpha Hero program, so I put him on, and we just did like a Zoom conversation where I showed him how the program's gonna work. And then, long story short, I'm done showing him the program. We really started getting to like deep conversation, just talking about like social norms and a whole bunch of shit. This kid is hilarious. We just go back and forth. It's a very, very funny video. I think you guys will find it entertaining. So I just wanted to give you a quick little backstory into like, because I decided to start recording about halfway through the conversation. I thought, this is getting really good. People might want to see this, so I pressed record. He doesn't know until the very end. I kind of surprised him. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
I'm in here sometimes, and I'll be working on this shit. Like, I'll be extremely focused, where like I don't talk. I don't even if my music cuts off like while I'm doing it. I don't. I'll sit there in silence for the next like 20 minutes and be like, "Holy fuck, it's silent." And then I'll sit there and he'll be like, "What are you doing? Let's do something." I'm like, "I'm working." And he's like, "You getting paid for it?" And I'll be like, "No." And he's like, "Is it for school?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Then it's not important." And I'm like, "Okay, Anthony."
Right. Because they're so stuck on like just going with the structure of work and of school. They don't know, they don't realize that like they have their own brain. They can think of their own shit. They can figure out their own life. You don't need to go off what other people say.
I would love to tell a college kid that you have your entire life to go out and work for somebody else. I promise you. You have your
Right.
entire life to go out and work for somebody else. Give yourself 4 years to
Right.
work for yourself.
Right.
Give yourself to work for yourself. I promise you, you can do more in 4 years than you could ever do in 10 years working for yourself
Right.
than you would work for
And
somebody else.
nowadays there's so much, there's so many ways with the internet. There's just so many ways to make money. As long as you just do your passion and you get good at it, and people want to learn how to get good at your passion. So if you share
Exactly.
them how to do
Make,
it,
people only like what they're given permission to like.
right.
It's funny as fuck because it's true. People think that, oh, that's in your head. Like, no, people only like what they're given permission to like. If you go ahead and gave a amazing fucking movie star and told him to go ahead and say, I don't know, I like Burger King. How many people are going to go ahead and buy Burger King?
Everyone, yeah. If you get like fucking
Because
Thor, you get Thor to go. What's his name? What's
Chris
the,
Hemsworth. Chris
yeah.
Hemsworth
If he
Burger
says I just had Burger King, yeah. If he says I transformed for the movie by only eating Burger King and working out one day a week, everyone would do it.
Burger stocks would go through the roof.
Yeah.
It is, and there are literally like it's so funny how like people, if you give them permission to love something, they will love it. But as soon as you take that permission away, it is gone. And trends are the momentary permission.
Right.
Somebody
100%.
said, "Hey, if you make something cool, if you make it cool, like somebody made Facebook cool. Facebook was just a fucking college thing.
Right.
It was literally a college directory for Harvard. That's
Right.
all it was based on."
Right. Right. Yeah.
And then someone said, or Mark Zuckerberg said, "You know what, let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it to other colleges."
Right.
And then somebody said, "Oh, this is cool." Once that one person said it was cool, it was like an infection.
Blew up. Right.
He likes it. Maybe it's not that bad then.
Right.
If you go ahead and make something cool, it's just the problem is making it cool.
Right, and that would have never happened if you went and got a fucking 9-to-5 job and worked for someone else. You're basically just helping someone else do their own shit.
I feel like you need to be broke so that you can see what the world actually sees you as.
Right.
If you are broke, nobody feels bad about insulting you. If they actually like you, then they actually like you. Nobody feels bad about, like themselves if they're around somebody who's broke. So they're going to be like more crucial about what you do. And it's weird because I'll sit there and I'll be like, I really don't have much, but I have much.
Right.
And
Well, you do. We both have. We've all the time in the world. We have our own like little like I don't know, domain or warehouse where we sit here and just do our own shit and focus on it, and not worry about anything else.
That's the best thing about me is I don't have to go anywhere. There are people who feel like they have to go somewhere to experience something. It's like you don't have to necessarily go anywhere.
Right.
You are everywhere you need to be if you're with yourself. You are literally everywhere you need to be if you are in here the right way.
Right. It's just getting to that point is the issue. Because when you go to brainwash school for 4 years and you're told to think other things, and you don't know what to do at that point.
Dude, I go to the bar sometimes and I sit there and my brother thinks this is the creepiest thing ever, but I'll sit there, I'll go to the bar on a popular night and I'll sit at the bar by myself and I'll order a drink and I will sit there and I will watch and listen to what people talk about. It is all the same shit.
100%.
I might well look down at my phone, go onto Facebook and just read the script because that is the only way you are going to get through to these people is if you are talking about what is in this.
Right.
And that scares me. It's like they're not talking about ideas. They're just talking to talk.
And no one is present enough to realize that they're so negative about like every single thing. They don't realize like
Everything.
yeah.
The internet has given people permission to be dickheads.
Yeah.
and get paid for it.
Right.
Like get paid for it. People are douchebags on the internet.
One of the challenges I have, I told you in my challenge, is the clap challenge. I think it's awesome because I've done it before. You go in public and you start fucking clapping. People are like, they're on their phone. They're just like, huh?
Just out of it. Like,
they're like, oh, what? Someone's clapping. Let me look at them. Okay, whatever. Go back to like you can be sitting there clapping as much as you want. And they'll look at you for 1 second. You go back to life with fucking social media again. It's crazy.
No one
can
go out.
Anyone.
Like, it really is just like the reason why a lot of actors got famous, I feel, is because they weren't afraid to go out in public and do the things that they wanted to do and weren't worried about if somebody looked at them when they did it.
Right.
Because they're so used to people looking at them anyway because they're actors. You know, you go on stage and you automatically have like thousands of people looking at you. You kind of get kind of jaded to that feeling.
Right.
So you can go out and just do this.
Well, that's in general. If you just stop caring people think about you, then you can become your own self and actually pursue what
that's how
you don't get. That's how you get in the zone. That's how you get out of your head and just do what feels natural. That's how actors can act because they're naturally doing what they want.
I feel like you have to create an entity. It's not like you're creating, just something to be cool. I started doing this because I was bored and I got an idea at work. And I had mountains of inspiration because I had been working there for months.
Right.
And I was like, all right, like it's something. What's funny is before that, I think this is where the root of this happened, is before that I had promised myself that one day I was going to have a show. Like my main goal as an actor was to have a show that I wrote, acted, and like produced myself and brought together myself. Then like, few months later, I was at work and I was like, yo, like, what if I just started? It's like you take the things that piss you off and you make them work for you in a way.
Well, I think the difference between you and most people is that you were, as long as I've known you, you were still actively looking for something. Like you're like, I don't know, I want to find something. I want some kind of passion. I don't know what it is. The entire time you're actively looking, you're trying to find whatever it was, and then eventually all the things added up and you got to that point. So
I feel like that's what happens, though. You have to look back and be like, yo, what have you done in your life already to this point that has brought you here? I realized that as a kid, I was very animated. I was very loud and blah, blah, blah. As I got older, I wanted to be an actor. As I got older, I wanted to make music, which got me into sound engineering, which got me comfortable in front of a microphone in general to say things.
Right.
And then it also taught me to put things out there and promote something and take it like that. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're like, all right, cool, I want a show. But you have all the tools to do that. You just didn't notice it.
Right. You could have gone somewhere else and asked them to make it, or you can be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to make it myself.
It was hilarious because somebody was like, how are you going to get that to come to life? Because, you have the script, but now you got to find someone to film it or animate it for you. And I was like,
nope, I'll do it myself.
I don't know about filming, but I have watched a shitload of movies and I know what a good angle looks like.
Right.
So instead of taking a camera and trying to fiddle around with that thing, I had a pen. And I was like, a pen.
It's your fucking superpower, man.
It's a pen. Like, it's a pen. I feel like anybody's superpower that's creative is literally just you can look at a blank thing and see something.
Well, I think everyone has their superpower, and the thing is, people don't realize what they're good at, and they don't take advantage of that. Like for me, my superpower is I want to help people transform their life, and I understand the science, physiology, and the mindset on how to get there. That's my superpower. For you, it's creating comedy. It's creating something that people are gonna enjoy. So it's figuring out.
Like my superpower is I can, just create something.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter where it is. It's just something gets created out of nothing.
Everyone has it. They just don't. They don't ignore it. Oh, by the way, I've been recording this for the past 20 minutes. I figured this was good content. So you started rambling. I was like, this would probably be a good podcast. So
people don't understand this is what podcasts are. Podcasts are recorded rants that people can go on about certain, like 5 or 6 different topics. This is how talk shows are created. People who just love to rant and happen to make a very fucking point when they're done.
Yeah, I think we should do this more often.
I think it's very fucking crazy. It's funny, but it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was basically our first podcast. That wasn't planned at all. Alex started rambling. I thought it would be cool. So that's it.
Fantastic.
He's working on shit. I'm working on shit. That's it.
I have to go eat something before I fucking die.
Yeah. I'll watch this again. Decide if I want to post it somewhere. I'll send it to you too. But I figured, man, I might as well record it. We're getting real deep. So.
Yeah, we were getting pretty deep. It was nice though.
All right, man. Thanks for looking. I'm gonna stop recording now. Thanks for looking at my shit. Appreciate it. And
good dog.